Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Now, if you're someone who creates content, you know that feeling. The pressure is always on. Well, today we're going to break down an AI writing assistant that claims it can be your co-pilot through all that creative work. We're talking about Rytr.
So let's just start with a problem that I'm pretty sure we've all faced, right? You're staring at that blank page, the cursor is just blinking, and that deadline is creeping up fast. You've got to churn out great emails, social posts, blog ideas. I mean, it can be exhausting. But what if you had an assistant that could just help you get that first draft on the page?
Okay, so what exactly is this thing Rytr? Let's dive right in and see how it's supposed to help with that whole content creation problem. We'll look at what it can actually do and, what makes it work.
So, at its core, Rytr is basically a tool built to just demolish writer's block. It's powered by these big AI language models, and what it does is take your basic ideas and just turns them into actual structured text. The whole point is to make your entire workflow way faster.
And the versatility here is actually pretty impressive. I mean, Rytr isn't a one-trick pony. It comes packed with over 40 different pre-built templates. So just think about that. Whether you need a blog post outline, a killer product description, or, hey, even ideas for a whole email campaign, it's got a starting point just waiting for you. And it's not just for English speakers. The reach is global. We're talking support for over 30 languages. And this isn't just a basic translation tool either. This is about creating genuinely localized content that really connects with people all over the world in the language they actually speak every day.
Okay, and this is a total game changer. You can actually control the personality of what it writes. It's got more than 20 different tones. So you can tell the AI, hey, be formal, or be persuasive, or keep it casual, or even make this funny. This is so important for making sure the content actually sounds like it's coming from your brand.
So how does this actually work in the real world? Well, it all boils down to a really simple, repeatable workflow. It's designed to take you from that scary blank page to a pretty solid draft in, just a few clicks. It's really just these 5 steps. First, you pick what you're trying to do, your use case, like an email or a social media post. Then you pick your language and your tone. Step 3, you give it the important details. Then, bam, you hit generate. And what's cool is it often gives you a few different versions to pick from. And then the last step, and this is key, is you edit and refine it. See, it's a partnership. It's not here to replace you.
All right, let's talk about maybe the single most important thing when you're using any of these AI tools, and that is the quality of what comes out is 100% dependent on the quality of what you put in. In other words, you have got to master the art of the prompt. It's everything.
Let's just look at a super practical example. Let's say you need to write a post for LinkedIn, and your goal is to get other engineers to engage with it.
Just look at the level of detail here. It's not just a lazy, hey, write about AI. No, it specifies the exact topic, AI replacing repetitive DevOps tasks. It defines the audience, enterprise engineers, which totally changes the language it's going to use. And it even sets the tone, thoughtful and authoritative. Every single one of these details is a guidepost for the AI, and it's what turns a generic, useless paragraph into something you can actually post.
Okay, let's do another one. This is a really common one, writing one of those persuasive outreach emails to a potential client.
And this is just a fantastic example of how you can steer the AI toward a specific business goal, right? You're spelling out who it's for, a CTO, someone who definitely cares about efficiency. You're giving it the core value prop, hey, this thing reduces cost by 30%, and you're telling it exactly what you want them to do. Schedule a 15-minute call. It's like you're giving the AI a complete mission brief, and that's why you get a much better result.
So, there are a ton of AI writing tools out there right now. So where does Rytr fit into all of this? Is it the best tool for every single job? Well, not exactly. Let's take a look at how it compares to some of the other big players. And this chart really lays it all out pretty clearly. Rytr's sweet spot, it's all about speed and efficiency for short-form stuff. Ads, social media posts, quick emails. If you're doing heavy-duty SEO work, a tool like Rytr might be more your speed. And if you need really deep reasoning or super original ideas, well, ChatGPT often takes the cake there. It really is about picking the right tool for the right job.
Okay, so to start wrapping this up, let's go over some pro tips and also get real about the limitations of a tool like Rytr. This is the stuff that takes you from just playing around with it to being a real power user.
So here's probably the best way to think about it. Rytr is like a brilliant, super fast junior writer. It's amazing, but you're still the editor-in-chief.
You have to give it context, you should probably generate a few different versions to see what you like, and you absolutely have to put your own human touch on it, especially the beginning and the end. And the number one rule, please never just copy and paste the raw AI output and hit publish. Always, always review it.
And look, it's just as important to know what it's not good at. This is not the tool you're going to use to write a 2,000-word deep dive technical paper. And it doesn't pull real-time data from the internet. Its happy place, its sweet spot, is that short to medium length content where getting something structured down quickly is the name of the game.
So when you boil it all down, a tool like Rytr is an incredibly powerful assistant. It's not an author. It's built to take care of the grunt work, the repetitive, structural stuff, so that you're freed up to focus on the things that really matter: strategy, creativity, and adding that uniquely human touch. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought, right? How could a copilot like this completely change the way you tackle that blank page?